Do I really need to know how to code to use AI?
Why does everyone in this
ChatGPT,
field seem
Gemini,
so highly
Claude, DeepSeek.
educated?
What's the
Is
actual
it too
difference?
late to
And which
learn
one
this
should I
in
open at work
2026?
tomorrow? If you've asked yourself any of these questions, you're not alone. And if you don't know where to start with AI, this video is your starting point. When I say AI, what I mean is large language model. ChatGPT alone crossed 900 million weekly active users this year. Its app just became the fastest history to reach 1 billion monthly users, faster than TikTok, faster than Instagram. At Google's Gemini and Meta AI, each with roughly a billion of their own. And here's the truth, roughly 1 in 5 people on Earth are actively using AI to work, learn, or create. Using AI isn't a niche skill anymore. It's simply becoming normal. The barrier to entry has never been lower. It's as easy as downloading an app. And yet the noise online makes starting feel impossible. I am an AI agent designer. I spend my days building and orchestrating these systems. So today, we cut through the overwhelm. I'm going to break the AI landscape into the only 3 areas you actually need to care about. And at the end of this video, I will give you a 5-minute challenge to start today, not someday, today. Let's dive in. Area 1, start as a user, evolve into a builder. A lot of beginners trip up right at the starting line asking, do I need a certification? Do I need a computer science degree? When I first started, I have the exact same worry. Everyone in this field seems so highly educated. Remember that question from the start? But here's the truth. AI iterates so wildly fast that chasing certificates is a losing game. By the time you finish the course, a new model drops and fills that gap automatically. Think about it like driving a car. You don't need to understand engine, machines to drive to the goal where you want to go. You just need to understand how to steer, and you learn through driving. There are really 2 identities right now, the AI user and the AI builder. The user focuses on the leverage. You don't write the code, you learn to talk to the machine clearly, and your workflow speeds up. One small tip I have for the users is don't expect AI to guess your mind. If an answer seems off, check whether you actually give the context, your location, for example, the scope of it, use for references to add on to it. The builder connects the system, and no, that doesn't mean write thousands of lines of Python. Today, you can snap tools together using natural language. It doesn't need to be big, and it doesn't need to solve a grand problem. What you need is a clear idea of how you want the model to help you, and be patient with back and forth conversation. You'll grow to love it. The magic happens in the overlap. Start as a heavy user, and naturally you will want to build things that solve your own problems. You don't need to calculus to see the benefits, so ignore the noise and just start as a user today. Area 2, escaping tutorial hell. Okay, which one do you actually use? ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or DeepSeek? Don't overthink about it. Treat them like interns with different personalities. So from a personal experience, I've paid all of them. I will use the minimum subscription tier as an example and the baseline to introduce you guys here. If you want a detailed comparison, tell me in the comments below and I will make that video. So ChatGPT is your great all-rounder, fast, logical, perfect for daily tasks, with a massive store of community-built agents like the built ChatGPTs. So you can find elements like people built for their own coach, mindset, healthcare, and even a lot of other areas you can see in here. Claude is a brilliant writer and analyst. It excels at new ones. My academic friends especially rave about it. So if you needed to read a huge document and give you sharp, high IQ feedback, Claude is your go-to. And it's easy to connect to the GitHub and do all those transactions. Gemini lives inside Google's ecosystem. Its superpower is pulling real-time information seamlessly. And DeepSeek is the budget champion. Its thinking model is essentially free. I haven't paid a penny to this day. It's limited when browsing the live web, but it's extremely good with Chinese context. If you're learning this language or planning a trip to China or curious about this culture, it's always an amazing option. My advice, pick one to be your daily driver, any of them. And here's I personally pick whether if I can use it easily on my phone and can I read its thinking process. And most people actually get stuck is the tutorial help part, watching videos about AI without ever building anything. To truly understand this, you have to step out of the spectator mode and make something, even something small and slightly weird. Let me show you one of the weird example I've made. I practice BaZi, the 8 characters, calculated from your birth year, month, day, and hour. When I look at those characters and the patterns between them, I can read someone's energy. But whenever I share a reading, people ask the same question. Why? What do you actually see? And the honest answer is, the underlying logic is incredibly hard to put in words. And people don't need or even want the logics behind it. They want to know simply who they are, what their patterns look like, and where their turning points are. They don't want the overall complex behind it. So I taught the logic to AI. So as you can see, I built a structured prompt workflow around BaZi, a traditional Chinese system that reads the life patterns from your birth data. And in BaZi, everyone is made of different elements. Together, they form a personalized painting of your own energy. Some full of conflict, as what we can see in the screen, and some in harmony. I fed that core logic into the model and asked it to cross-reference my own cycles. It didn't hand me with a horoscope. It showed me patterns in my life I have completely missed, and also taught me BaZi's logic well enough that other people can also use my tool to read their own patterns. And I made a full video on this experiment in here. If you're interested, you can go and take a look. And I'm now building this as a full agent. And like I mentioned before, I've published that into the ChatGPT community so more people can use it, engage with it, and even give me some of the more feedback about it. And I'll plug the link below if you're also curious about this. Area 3. Future-proofing your career. Which brings us to the elephant in the room. Will AI take my job? Imposter syndrome is incredibly real in this space. And if we reframe it, AI isn't here to replace your craftsmanship or your strategic thinking. It amplifies them. You don't need to become a hardcore machine learning engineer to survive. The most valuable people of the next decade won't be pure coders. They will be domain experts, designers, marketers, managers who know how to apply AI inside their own field, so as entrepreneurs. Let me make that concrete. Over the last couple months, I've built tools and agents for positive mindset coach, career coach, rental searching, checking legal documents, even my own financial system or trackers. So many things you'd think a degree to support you to build things, but now you can just start and you can do this in a very high speed. That's the shift from defense to offense, and stop asking how do I protect my job from AI, and start asking which soul-crushing parts of my job do I hand over first. Your taste, your judgment, your ability to read the room, those are your points, and I'm sure you got more to explore there. And always remember, keep a human in the loop for you to validate and be curious about the process. So what happens now? Don't close my video and do nothing. Here's your 5-minute challenge today. So first, pick one model, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or DeepSeek, or others, and open it right now, phone or laptop, whichever is closer to you. Then think of one repetitive task that annoyed you this week, or one personal curiosity you've been carrying, like my BaZi experiment. Then talk to it like a smart intern. Give it context and see what happens. Please treat it more like a back and forth conversation. It's not like one short question. Challenge it, add more details, and if you want the whole starting pass on one page, I've made you one, and it's already plugged in the description below. I hope that could navigating the different models for you and start your first week of prompts and experience the full journey with me together. And if you need more of things, feel free to tell me in the comments. So overall, don't overthink it. Just start your 5 minutes, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!